Kumbila! NYPD, stop right there, freeze! Stay back! Hands where I can see them, on the ground!
These are the kind of moments where you hate to be right. On the onset of the Iran war, we noted that America would become very, very dangerous because of a suicidal policy of bringing our enemies here, giving them safe harbor and welfare, and then allowing them to hate us here at home. You can hate us 5,000, 6,000 miles away. I don't care. Most of the world does. But you shouldn't be allowed to hate us from Minneapolis or Dallas or New York while on welfare. You shouldn't be allowed to hate us when you can throw bombs at us, which is exactly what happened when two Muslims threw bombs at protesters outside of the home of New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani. 6 arrested after explosive devices thrown at Gracie Mansion protest. Remember, they threw them not at Gracie Mansion, they threw them at the protesters. Send people running for cover. 2 Muslims threw homemade bombs filled. Look, you can see here. They're lit. They're filled with nails and screws, rocks. They're intended to slaughter the anti-Islam protesters, which, by the way, this is America. Of course you can. And, you have a right to have an anti-Islam protest, obviously. Jake Lang is a quite famous, I just call him a conservative, an activist, right, who protests Islam. And he staged an anti-Islam protest, which is legal and allowed in our country. And we don't have a country if you can't do that. If you're not allowed to protest this religion that is antithetical, frankly, with our Constitution and Western civilization, do we have a country, or are we part of a caliphate? Have we been completely conquered? Well, it seems like we've been completely conquered because these guys who decided to protest Islam got homemade nail bombs thrown at them. You can see here 6 people in custody after homemade explosive devices tossed outside of the Gracie Mansion, the mayor's mansion, Saturday in an anti-Muslim protest. Dozens of demonstrators and counter-protest fled as smoke began to billow from the devices that appeared to have a lit fuse wrapped in duct tape. There were no injuries, thank God. You can see right here, clear as day. Look at that. That is a straight up terrorist bomb being thrown. That a second device was also seen. The devices were glass jars wrapped in electrical tape containing bolts, screws, nuts, featuring a fuse that could be lit. The NYPD says the investigation is whether the homemade devices were functional. Of course they were functional if they contained any explosive material. Oh, okay. I'm so glad you're investigating that. And I hope Alan Bragg lets them off with community service if they don't contain explosive material. I always speak for the police running towards the danger with everybody else who runs away. Let me be clear what happened today. Officers, many of whom were with me, ran towards a man carrying a suspicious device. They put the safety of others in their sworn duty to protect the law. I am grateful there are no injuries today. We thank our police officers. Okay, got it. So yeah, people are calling it a grenade. Crazy scenes. You're gonna watch things deteriorate. The scenes also from the ground. Crazy. You can see here. Yeah, fuse. Here are the that tracks. That tracks. This is one of the bomb throwers. Yep, that's about right. Goodness gracious. What a nightmare. Both suspects after attempted bomb attack outside of Gracie Mansion. You can see, look at this. Look at this. There's the bomb. Look at the police officers. Look at these officers. So the fact that it's a black police officer here, they tried to commit terrorism against a black police officer. This is the left. This is what they're defending. This is what Democrats are defending here. Look at that. Bomb sends people running for cover. Zorhan should really consider installing checkpoints and roadblocks to make sure these jihadists cannot get this close with this bomb again. Well, they're his people, okay? Like, what are you talking about? Jihadi throws nail bomb at protesters. They're peaceful protesters, by the way. It's peaceful protesters. You can see here. And you can actually watch the event happen here. They're just there you go. They're protesting, and then you can see the bomb gets thrown at them in 4K. It wasn't just smoke bombs. NYPD identified 2 suspects after the bomb attack. The device was a jar with nuts, bolts, screws, and shrapnel designed to kill. This is what happens in a city that tolerates extremism. Look at that. The left-wing counter-protester threw a large smoke bomb at Gracie Mansion. Lucky to be alive based on these photos. Look at that. There he is. He's like running towards the cops with a smoke bomb. You know, black cops. I'm not trying to make that an issue. I'm just saying the left always does. So yeah. Here's the goodness gracious. See the people running away from the homemade bomb.
One here to stay in New York. You don't get to come from outside and then tell everyone else.
There you can see the actual.
Yo, this nigga threw a bomb, bro. Yo, he threw a bomb. Yo, did he throw a bomb, bro?
Nice.
That shit stinks. That shit stinks.
Yeah,
Yo, did he just throw an Allah Akbar bomb, bro? Yo, that shit stinks. You know damn well that wasn't me, though. That was crazy. He threw an Allah Akbar cocktail at y'all. That was some wild shit, bro.
Incredible, incredible. You can actually see here in the video the dude just come running up and throw the bomb and then run away. What a coward. What an absolute coward. This is what we've allowed into this country. Oh, it makes my heart sick. It's what we've let in here. Muslim terrorists threw a nail bomb. 2 arrested, glass jar, detonator. This is your nation now. This is your nation now. Here we go. They're already here. Keep your head on a swivel. There you go. Here's the other bomb thrower. Funny how they haven't released the names. Too many Palestinians in New York, guys, every effing time. You can see right here. I mean, it was all captured on 4K. Look at this. They thought they were going to be real bad. They thought they were going to be real G's. The enemy is here. That's right. It's all captured at 4K close-up footage. If a bomb almost detonated anywhere else, we would all have heard about it for weeks. But because it was thrown at a group of Republicans, it's being pushed under the rug. Yeah, Muslims throw nail bomb at black New York City police officers. Jeez. Because that's where the bomb actually landed. Is there going to be any outrage over this? Of course not. It doesn't fit the message. But that's why you should subscribe to our channel. Because we're the only ones who will talk about this stuff. And it could save your life. Okay? It's your boy Benny. Make sure and subscribe. See ya.